Hello guys, I'm Mr. T from Ethiopia, Horn of Africa. Today I'm here to convey my message for all the Eastern and the whole continent Africa. I'm not the supporter or the opponent of any party, government or groups of people, but I wanna talk about my ideas that I believe it is good to my nations. For those who have time to discuss about the recent, the future, and stand for the development, today I am here to discuss with you. In discussion, opinions flow. Through discussion, problems can be solved consequently, sequentially, and accordingly. It may need time, it may require time. We will no longer be stagnant on the descended down ideas that may demolish us or our ideas or the way we believe. I have a message to convey for you today. This generation did not come by mistake. Not a single human being was created on it by mistake. But we may have made a mistake that is the debt for our generation. When we always live for ourselves, we may leave behind a shadow, a debt or a reward for the next generation. Now we are responsible for the generation. This question will be so for the recent generation or the next generation. Now is the time not to fight, to cover or to allow something that is not useful to us, but it is time for all of us to do our part, to do our best, to work and to change, and to understand how difficult the values of 1 second is. We have to believe that each minute have a value on our entire life tasks. This is why white people on the Western put a bank deposit for their children, new babies too. The reason is why they are giving priority to the next generation and sustain the recent economy. Our generation shall not fear, frightened by and ready to start war, discriminations, and they must not feel ethnic undermine. What we buckle up shall refrain us from punishment. Even now, the Ethiopian government is under a lot of pressure to complete mega projects to make people stable, sustain peace and development. And even though many internal war broke out time by time, but the government is on a great duty, like finishing the recent dam, green projects, unemployment cases, corruption cases, and the different infrastructures. Ethiopia has very prominent projects, places, and issues. Beyond that, the issue related to development needs not only one nation, country, or state. It needs all the men in the continent. We are inclusive people of the sovereign country, Ethiopia, in the Horn of Africa. We have no issue and fear about the state structure, sovereign disclosures, and territorial dispersion. It is why the issue of the port will be discussed at the continental level. This issue doesn't become the source for conflict. It is not used to bombard us. It does not cause any problems because if we work together and for togetherness, there is no mountain that cannot be moved. It is the part of all of us to work together to avoid problems because it is a pride and not a failure for all African nations. What made us support the nation called as Food for Hungry is why we shy or fear to discuss. It made us to live under the shadow of tormenting tree. Now it is time to be united to pull down poverty, train our youth for work, and make free our nation from being dependent. Africa has no finished export materials as a whole. This is found in majority of African countries, except very few in number. Africa has no currency that earns best. Even our educated men has no that much power to be. This does not need any justification than we are seeing. We will no longer be called those who have many children who need support from their family till they're 30. Our generation must be self-reliant at their teenagers. They have to lead their own company in their 20s. They have to prepare their own supportive ideas, creative maneuvers, propose their futures. Let us stand together, all nations of the African. Listen it again. Thank you, my people.